if I could get everybody's attention, if you could start making your way to your tables, we're going to start serving and then we'll get the program going. But if you can start making your way to your tables now. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Did you ask Carrie? We have one for you too. We have your names on it. It's right here. Tim, Terry did all the table stuff. Let me go ask her real quick. But see if there's a name post for you there. Oh, there is. We'll sit right there. It's right there. Tim. Hey, Matt. You're right here at this table right here. Tim. If we could get everybody to move towards your seats, and we'll get you served and get the show going. Thank you. Huh? The flowers and everything is crazy. Can you guys tell me a little bit through the last plate served? Is it appropriate if I do this? Yeah. Trying to make sure I see as soon as I go to start to ready to go. Where's that?
She's at the track meet.
She needs to be at track meet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was watching Friday last night. He was so happy.
That's a great picture of you and him.
Yeah. He was so happy because 800 is not good for him. 100 is nice. He's like that. Middle of the pack.
Because I have a couple things about you, and I'm going to say that, and I'm going to say a short video, and after video.
Me and you. I'm gonna look at you and say, we got it's a duo. So I got you, babe. We can say, going down with this shit.
Now,
Run it over.
yeah, run it up, Herman. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm going to ask Pastor Ike Bird with the Mount Zion Baptist Church. He's senior pastor there. He's a Monroe Chamber board member, and he's also a great friend. I'm going to ask him to come up and have our invocation, and I'm going to ask everybody to stand. And when he's done, I'm going to do a pledge of allegiance, and then I'm going to have everybody continue to stand because we have a special treat. Pastor Bird.
Let us pray. Gracious Lord, how we do thank you and praise you for this another blessed day that you've given unto us. God, we realize, God, that life is in your hand and it is you that gives us life. And for that we say thank you this evening. We thank you, God, for the privilege of being able to serve you and come together in this wonderful city. God, we pray your blessings upon the city of Monroe and our entire community. Pray for our mayor, God, that you will bless he and his family, and pray for Roy and the chamber. And God, we pray for our special guests who are here with us on tonight. And so we pray now that you would just bless each of us individually and collectively, and then that you would bless the food that we're about to eat, that it might nourish and strengthen our bodies. Bless the hands that prepared it and the hearts who served it. We ask it all in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Bird. If you would, everybody join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag's right back here. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Don't sit down yet. Don't sit down. We have the Carroll High School Air Force Junior ROTC is going to present our colors, and then we have a real treat. Kelsey McCrary, the Chief Cultural Development Officer for the City of Monroe, and her mother, Kathy McCrary, are going to sing our national anthem. So here, the color guard's coming from this side.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So beautiful. You may be seated. Thank you. Man, wow. Kelsey, Kathy, that was absolutely awesome. I think that's worth another round of applause. Thank you. It is a beautiful evening in Monroe, Louisiana. We are blessed to live in this great city and this great region. My name is Roy Heatherly. I'm President and CEO of the Monroe Chamber of Commerce, and I'd like to welcome everybody to the 103rd Annual Banquet. We're honored you're here. Look around this room. Look around the room. You're looking at unsung heroes. You're looking at community champions. You're looking at community superstars. Every day you go out and do great and heroic things for this city and your businesses, and too often you get little or no recognition. Each of you are community game changers and community difference makers. You know, I often quote Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future." There is so much hope in this city right now, and our future is so bright that we're going to need sunglasses, I promise you. Your chamber joins Mayor Ellis in the city of Monroe and Shane Smiley and our Ouachita Parish Police Jury in celebrating this place we call home and celebrating our bright future and thanking each of you for being unsung heroes and celebrating each of you. 2023 was a great year. I'm going to repeat that. 2023 was a great year. We started with our membership drive that brought in 363 new or upgraded members. It was a great event fueled by 200 local volunteers and a loud man in a zoot suit. Many of you met last year. We enjoyed updates from Congresswoman Letlow, Senator Cassidy, and our Northeast Louisiana delegation, from Governor Edwards, Mayor Ellis, Shane Smiley, Mayor Talbert of Sterlington, and Mayor Brown from Richwood. Mike Strain, our Agriculture Commissioner, joined us in December and gave us a fascinating presentation. Who knew that fire could burn 6 feet under the ground under all the marshes in South Louisiana? I didn't know that, but Mike Strain told us. We once again led a group of North Louisiana economic development champions to Baton Rouge to spend the day promoting North Louisiana at Northern Exposure. We celebrated over 40 new and expanding businesses with our annual T.H. Scott Awards. We celebrated 88 nominees with our top 20 under 40. Each and every one of those nominees was a winner, and each and every one of those 88 young emerging professionals are on fire about this city. Our ambassadors restructured under Mike Downhour and Josh Carroll and are more active than they've ever been. Patience Talley leads our amazing young professionals who are engaged, excited, and enthused about our future. Our leadership class might have been our largest ever, and they had an amazing year. Wow, our future is really bright. We networked monthly at our Coffee and Conversation, plus we had a lot of fun. We held workshops and summits for our members with the help of Christina Davis that included how to use social media, how to write grants, medical human resource training, and a session or two from the amazing Alberta Brown Green, who's here tonight, on how to handle difficult people. And probably the highlight of the year was the role play between Mayor Ellis and Alberta, where one of them was the difficult employee and one of them was the manager, and they took turns both back and forth. And I wish we would have filmed it. That's all I can say. We had a cybersecurity summit, our second annual. We also celebrated our Teachers of the Year. We contracted our good friend Matt Dickerson for Workforce while supporting him and others with the new Northeast Louisiana Manufacturing Alliance and Consortium, NELAMAC. We brought on Hall of Fame radio guy Mike Downhour to our team. Wow, what a great addition he's been. We supported the city of Monroe in their growth efforts that included quarterly meet and greets with area businesses and a slew of groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings. The chamber itself had 71 ribbon cuttings last year. Terry Arthur once again coordinated our holiday gala, which we kind of think unofficially, sorry Mayor, kicks off the holiday season in our community. Daphne Garrett crushed all our events this year and led 35 businesses in a day of golf and fun at Frenchman's Bend. We closed out the year with two big initiatives. The first was we were asked by Senator Kennedy to co-host the state economic luncheon at this year's Washington Mardi Gras. The Chamber, the City of Monroe, and ULM were on display with 870 governmental and business leaders from across the state, including Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and our new Governor Jeff Landry. It was a huge acknowledgement and a bigger compliment to the great things going on in this city, at our university, and at your chamber. The other was we were joined by 8 sponsors, who we call Leaders of Change, and we launched a year-long multimedia campaign that's going on right now that celebrates each of you and celebrates our community. We accepted Mayor Ellis' challenge, and we challenge each of you to attack apathy and change hearts and mouths. This little poster that you have rolled up at your chair is for each of you to take. This is a miniature version of a new 10 by 20 foot wall that will go up at the Monroe Regional Airport, and right smack dab in the middle of it is going to be a big, bold neon sign that says, "It is a beautiful day." We're using every traditional media outlet, and we'll be very aggressive on social media. Thanks to our good friend Lisa Miller, we even have spots running on the video wall at the hub on the ULM campus. And the good news is, we're just getting started. Each of you are our story, and we own our story. Now, before I introduce our head table, I want to thank a few people. One of the blessings I had moving back here was not only meeting new friends, but renewing friendships. And I want to start with these 2 guys right down here, Jay and Jeremy. They have been great friends, and they are great community champions, and they're great leaders for this chamber. Next, I want to thank the executive committee and our board of directors. They too are great friends, and they are champions for our community. I want to thank all our members, now 1,130 strong. I want to thank our staff, and that includes Ruthie and Sarita, who left us this year to do other things. Ruthie retired, Sarita went on a new chapter. And then I want to thank Daphne, Terry, Mike, Ashton, and Bailey, and give a shout out to Terry, who took this endeavor on tonight, and she's done an amazing job. I want to thank our extended staff, the Kinetics team, Sawyer, Joel, Kyle, Will, Michael, Hallie, Katie, Caitlin, Liz, and Amanda, and all the people at Kinetics. These videos you're going to see from us and the pre-pics that were out there were from Kinetics. And I want to thank Mayor Ellis and his team at the city. I can't tell you how fun it is to be part of what's going on here right now. This is an amazing time to be in our city, and we are having so much fun. And Mayor, you're knocking down, man, we're having fun. It's a good time right now. And then I want to thank my fiercest defender and my biggest supporter, my wife, Beth, who puts up with everything. And I get up in the morning, and she's not a morning person. I say, "Hey, Beth, it's a beautiful day." And she says coffee. Anyway, now let me introduce the head table if I could. Right down here is Jay Mulhern, who you all know, the 2023 chair for the Monroe Chamber and owner of Express Employment Professionals. Next to him is Jeremy Harrell, 2024 chairman of the Monroe Chamber of Commerce and executive vice president for Guarantee Bank and Trust. Next to me is the Honorable Friday Ellis, mayor of the great city of Monroe. Next to him is Jessica Bro, who you'll hear from in just a minute, regional leader and senior economic development manager for Amazon. Jessica, we're excited you're here. Yeah, we are, yeah. Right down here, we have our president's table. We have Deanna Mulhern, Beth Heatherly, Ike and Angela Bird, John and Kimberly Landry, Scott McDonald, Matt White's there, Randy Esters. Did Randy make it? Is he there yet? I don't see him down there. And did I miss anybody at the president's table? I think I got everybody. Anyway, give it up for all of those folks if you could. Now, if you've been to one of my ribbon cuttings, you know I like to do quotes. And I'm going to do a quick quote, and then I'm going to thank our sponsors. Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people. Not only are these businesses great, but they have amazing teams that support so many efforts in our community. Atmos Energy, Chase, City of Monroe, Entergy, Etheridge Pipeline and Conduit, Etheridge Performance Cable, Holyfield Construction, KTVE and KARD, Mid-South Extrusion, Oshner, LSU Health Monroe, Progressive Bank, Regions Bank, St. Francis Health, Steel Fabricators, Lexicon DBA, Stevens Media Group, our University of Louisiana at Monroe, or like some of us like to say, the real University of Louisiana, Louisiana Blue Cross Blue Shield Vantage, and the radio people. Please join me in a round of applause for them. I read a quote once that said, "A leader who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." It's my privilege, in just a minute we're going to show a video, to welcome a man to give a welcome for the city of Monroe who is showing us the way, which is Mayor Friday Ellis. So Tim, if you could play the video, and Mayor Ellis, I'm going to invite you to come up here.
The waters are flowing, revival is glowing. We've been rooted, now the winds are blowing. Carrying a gentle breeze of glory, the winds are blowing. Carrying a gentle breeze of blessing, ushering us to breathe in fresh pockets of air. We can't see it, but it's there. We can't catch it, it's everywhere. Air. One of the key components of human life, a mixture of solids and gases, nitrogen, argon, and oxygen to be precise. And wind is simply the movement of air. Now winds can be gentle or winds could be mighty. The climate is perfect, it's ourselves we must adjust slightly. And let the breath from heaven propel us to a higher horizon. It's in the water, and the evening tides are rising, lifting us up together to a new dawn of togetherness, where one becomes many, and no one is left behind, no, not anyone. Many of us have been working behind the scenes, being agents of change, in it for the results, not caring about the fame. Prepping and preparing, stand ahead of the game and the games. Hearts set, minds made up, eyes on the prize. Hearts pure, sleeves pulled back with glory in our eyes. We've learned to avoid the he say, she say, hearsay, and get information from the source. Trust the process, then let goodness run its course. Support teachers, parents, and grandparents so that our children can carry the torch. No matter the phases, stages, or ages, together we're a force. It's about us. It's about trust. It's not just seeing eye to eye, it's about being able to stand side by side. It is said that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So yes, perspective is important. We've learned to see through the eyes of ourselves and the eyes of the misfortuned. Some will, some won't. Some can, but don't. So let the strong carry the load of the weak. And remember, if it's been broke for decades, it won't get fixed in a week. So let them cook. This is for the participators, not the spectators, but let them look. Because there's plenty more on the menu, and we all will eat. The seeds have been planted, and we all will reap if we faint not. Sometimes we must step back and see the big picture, see how far we've come, take a look back and see how far we've run. So take a deep breath and grab your second wind. We've accomplished a lot, Monroe, but this isn't the end. It's not time to give up. Get up, let's do it again. This time, don't do it alone. This time, grab a friend, grab a family member, grab a neighbor. Although the beginning phases may have seemed elementary, the process is necessary. We've seen evident progress, Monroe, and the future results will be legendary. So let's continue to have forward motion. The winds are blowing.
Those of us of faith understand why that there is praise and worship music played before the sermon. It gets our hearts and minds ready to receive the message. And I have a message to share with you tonight, and it's a good message that I want to share with you any opportunity I get in front of you. It was 3 short years ago that I stood in front of you and read a quote by Helen Keller. It says, "Science may have found a cure for the most of our evils, but it has found no remedy for the worst of them, apathy of human beings." I recognize that the biggest intangible that Monroe faced that kept us from success was ourselves and our ability to believe that we can achieve together. And just 3 short years later, you see folks like Roy run the gamut and litmus test of everything that's happened here in Monroe. Apathy and believing that we can achieve is due to each one of you in this room, and we have shed that cloak of apathy. And there is a new attitude, a new swagger of sorts here in Monroe, and people are starting to believe again. And we're seeing evident signs of progress. I was just speaking with Jessica. I said, we need to learn to appreciate even the smallest investments, such as a new grocery store in a part of our town that hasn't seen new investment in 30 years, just as much as we celebrate the Amazons coming into our community. But that change starts with you and each one of you in this city, and it's been my pleasure to work with you. Every one of the small business owners in here tonight, all of our culture creators, from our artists and artisans that make us unique, our nonprofits, our citizens who are the hands and feet of this community, you are the reason that I believe, because I get to work with you every single day. And each day I remind my staff, I say, guys, how have we moved the needle? And how are you going to move the needle today? Because I see you out there working. I see you out there every single day investing in this city, even in times when people said don't. It's because of you that we are able to do what we do and believe again. I'm sitting here, and I do it every time I see it, and I'm going off script here, but I look at leaders like Dr. Ron Berry. Everybody give him a hand. You've heard me say it before, but I think it's enough to be recognized again. It's the very first time I met with Dr. Berry, I asked him, how can the city of Monroe help you achieve goals at the university, and what is your main focus? He didn't say, let's win more football games. He didn't say, let's up enrollment. He said, let's defeat generational poverty within our community. Now, that's the kind of leader that I'd love to run into battle with every single day, and if that doesn't pump you up, you're in the wrong room. Dr. Berry, thank you for your leadership. So these videos are meant to really cut to the quick and recognize the challenges that we face within our community. It's also to lay out the box top to the puzzle. It always helps when our community understands what we're working towards to achieve. And the response has been overwhelming to these videos. We have expatriates across the country who call in and say how proud they are of what the direction that their city's moving in. Even our locals reach out and talk about how awesome it is to have local talent and express that talent. Heck, we even had somebody living up north that came back to run the chamber because of watching one of those videos. And I can tell you it's been wonderful to be able to work alongside the chamber and each and every one of you tonight. But ultimately, there are days that we wish we can go back and change things. But looking behind us is over with. We've got so much to look forward to here within the city of Monroe. But I'm also going to tell you change cannot happen in a vacuum. One of the first challenges I laid down for Roy Heatherly is I said, Roy looked at me and said, Mayor, what can you do? And I said, Roy, I need you to diversify your board. I said, I need a Chamber of Commerce that starts to grow and reflect what our city looks like. Also, diversity in business. Also, diversity in perspective. Because there's no way that we're going to win and achieve together unless we are at the same table and provide opportunities. And I want to say, Roy, thank you for doing what you've done. So if you don't leave here tonight and listen to the stories of these people who have done so much for our community, and look at the list outside of everyone who's been awarded, once again, I could tell you, if you don't believe we can achieve, then you're in the wrong room. Each and every one of you are community champions. You've reached out to me. You've helped me on so many occasions. And I just want to let you know that I'm very proud of you, Monroe, and I'm proud to represent you everywhere I go and be your mayor and to serve you these last 4 years. And I want to say thank you for that opportunity. And tonight, I want to say again, thank you for investing in Monroe. Thank you for investing in your people. And thank you for investing in this community. Good night.
Thank you, Mayor. I love it when Larry Bell says, we're one row, a gourmet gumbo. I just, that goes in my head all the time. Anyway, along with the mayor and the city, we work very closely with a lot of elected officials, and many of them are here today. I know former Congressman Rodney Alexander, Carday Marshall's here, Gretchen Ezernak's here. If you're an elected official or representing an elected official, Chris Lewis, Representative Fisher, if you all could just stand real quick and let us just clap for you and thank you for getting into the arena to fight for us. Now, when I was naming the president's table, I left one person off because she's sitting at the Guarantee Bank table, and that's Jeremy's wife, Shelley Harrell. So give it up for her, please. Now, I'm pleased to call to the podium for his farewell remarks your 2023 Chairman of the Board, our good friend Jay Mulhern. Jay is a good friend. He's really a good friend. And Jay, I found a quote for you. It says, it's not bad. It says, good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they're there. Jay, we always knew you were there, and we always knew you had our back. Please join me in welcoming Jay Mulhern to the podium.
I'm sure you did. Thank you, Roy. Thank you for the gracious introduction. It's my honor to call to order the 103rd annual meeting of the Monroe Chamber of Commerce. And before I make a few remarks on our accomplishments for 2023, I want to recognize some of the people who helped this past year be a tremendous success. First, I want to thank the Chairman's 2023 Board of Directors. It's been an honor to serve this community with these fine business leaders and community leaders. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for giving your time and your talent so generously. I'd like to ask our 2023 Board of Directors to please stand and be recognized. Next, I want to thank everyone who's volunteered in the past. We have committee chair people, we've had committee members who have served, and our ambassadors, our young professionals, and all of our graduates of Leadership Ouachita. I'd like to ask each of you to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for all you've done. Finally, I want to thank the Chamber staff, and as having the honor to be the chairman of the board, I've worked closely with this staff, and it's been an honor to serve with them, and I just want to say thank you to our staff. You've done a phenomenal job, and you've worked tirelessly all year, and I want to thank you for all that you've done this year, so please stand and be recognized also. At this time, let me turn your attention to our screens for a short video. To paraphrase Roy, 2023 was a beautiful year in Monroe, especially concerning your Monroe Chamber of Commerce. So let me point out a few highlights from 2023. We started the year with around 750 members, and we ended with over 1,100 members. That's about a 50% increase in membership in just 1 year. Since our membership event in January, we've added about 1 new member a week, adding up to a total of 377 new members in 2023. We hosted our largest Leadership Watchdog class, and we set records for our annual golf tournament and our gala. Thank you to all of you who participated in these events. We added a committee focused on community engagement, so we expect other events like this to continue to grow. I want to say thank you to our 2023 Board of Directors and staff. I would also like to thank our past chairs and previous staff for building the foundation that led to a beautiful year in Monroe in 2023. We look forward to continuing to strengthen your chamber so that we can live up to our commitment to create an environment where businesses thrive. I am honored to have served as a chairman for 2023, and I look forward to many more great years at the Monroe Chamber of Commerce. want to say thank you to Kinetics for putting that video together and these other videos that you see. You'll see most of our 2023 Chamber accomplishments, including the 71 ribbon cuttings that Roy mentioned a minute ago, in our Inside the Chamber magazine. There's copies at the back. If you don't have one, we'd like to invite you to take one. And I want to thank all of you for your support and help during 2023. In closing this year, we've confirmed what I already knew. It's always a beautiful day in Monroe, Louisiana. And I'm confident that we built upon the great foundation that was laid before us, and we are poised for growth. And the best is yet to come. At this time, I'd like to invite Jeremy Harrell, the 2024 chairman of the board, to join me at the podium. And while Jeremy is joining me, I'd like to ask each of our past chairs that are present to join us over here at my right as we recognize our past chairman. I'll introduce them. George Cummings, 1996. Malcolm Maddox, 2000. Scott McDonald, 2006. David Hampton, 2013. Tim Green, 2014. John Landry, 2015 and 2021. And William Smart, 2016. Join me in thanking these gentlemen. Now, beginning with George, we're going to pass our gavel down to. Is she coming with the gavel?
She's coming.
Okay. We're going to ceremonially pass our gavel from one chair to the next, and it'll end with me, and at that point, it'll be my pleasure to pass the gavel to Jeremy.
Thank you all. Thank you. Jay, don't leave. Hang tight. Just stay with us at the podium for just a second, Jay. I'm sorry? Oh, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate your legacy. You can stand there if you want to and let us all look at you, but thank y'all so much. Jay, hang with us just a second. Deanna, we want to first thank you for sharing and supporting Jay during his time as the chairman. We know that takes a lot of time away from family and away from his baseball hobbies and things of that nature. Jay, we definitely want to thank you for supporting the Monroe Chamber. And Jay, we got you covered with a little something for Deanna. So come on down, or come on up, whatever this is. Thank you so much, Deanna. Jay, that does not count for anniversary gifts or anything else, so you're not completely off the hook. Jay, we want to thank you for the excellent job that you did last year during your tenure as chairman. In recognition of your outstanding service, the board and I are pleased to present these small tokens of your appreciation. So thank you truly for everything that you did this year. Thank you so much.
The second is a framed poster. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, with that. And then we have the boards on the baseball. Oh, that's perfect.
Thank you again, Jay, for your time, your efforts, and your leadership. You did an awesome job, my friend. We're proud of you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for allowing me to serve as the 2024 chairman for the Monroe Chamber of Commerce. I am so honored to be a part of this prestigious organization and so glad that you're all here tonight. Now, please turn your attention to the screens one more time. Welcome to the 2024 Monroe Chamber Annual Meeting. This really is a great time to live and work in this great place we call home. The last few years have shown the grittiness, the resilience. That's not me. That's me again, but, it's not what we're looking at. Yeah, I will take this moment. The only comment I've gotten here tonight is that my head's very shiny, but, I'm not the guy with the least hair up here, so I'm okay. So.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Does Kelsey leave? We can get another song out of her.
Here at home, while not forgetting matters on a much larger scale. While we as individuals simply don't have a direct effect on many issues of concern, we are all equipped to manage our own attitudes, demeanor, and outlook. We all have to decide several times every day if we are an optimist or a pessimist, a giver or a taker, a victim or a victor. If our state of mind is one of good, then good is what we'll see in ourselves and in others. We're blessed with a beautiful piece of earth here and around Ouachita Parish. Not only are we fortunate to live in a beautiful setting that should be the envy of the world, but we have an interstate, an airport, thriving businesses, gutsy entrepreneurs, several institutions of higher learning, healthy banks and credit unions, well-managed nonprofits, safe and clean hotels, wonderful schools, robust churches, and families who love each other and want the best for current and future generations. Spend some time thinking about why you choose to live and do business here. If someone speaks negatively about our area, be prepared to speak positively. I'm fiercely protective of this area and hope that you are too. If you don't love it here, please keep looking for things to love about it. Focus on the positives and kick the negatives aside. No, it's not perfect. Yes, there's plenty to be done, but countless communities would love to have just a few of the good things we have going on here. If you need a kickstart about what is so great about being here, how about ULM, Delta and BCom, Ochsner's and St. Francis, Mid-South Extrusion, Pulp Mill Services, EPC, Warehouse Number 1, Bayou Desert, men's and women's retreats that are changing family trees, Forsyth Avenue, Riverside Drive, the Zoo, the Master, the Riverwalk, Discover Monroe, West Monroe, Amtrak, Amazon, and my personal favorite, the beautiful Ouachita River. It is truly my honor to serve as the board chairman for 2024. I'll do my best to lend my support to the dedicated chamber staff, board of directors, committees, and all the members of the Monroe Chamber. This year, we'll fine-tune the focus of our committees, celebrate our business community, work with government on your behalf, ensure financial stability, be your voice for business, and above all, we'll work hard to make sure everything we do adheres to our mission of creating an environment where businesses thrive. In closing, I'd like to personally thank two of my mentors, Sue Nicholson and Roy Heatherly, for their past and present committed leadership of the Monroe Chamber. We'll never know the depths of what they have done and will continue to do for each of us. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your chamber membership. Please enjoy your time here tonight, and please help carry the positive message of North Louisiana across the world.
Thank y'all. I'm really excited about the state of the Monroe Chamber. Last year, as Jay said, was a great year, and we really do have a solid plan in place to continue that growth and momentum for 2024. Thank you to my employer, Guarantee Bank, for allowing me to serve in this capacity, which does, unfortunately, Albert, take time away from work. Thank you to my family for giving me grace in all areas of my life and for having patience with me, so much patience. Now I'd like to introduce the 2024 Monroe Chamber Executive Committee. Please stand when I call your name, and audience, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Jay Mulhern with Express Employment Professionals, immediate past chairman. Ami Kane with St. Francis Health, chair-elect. Roy Heatherly, president, Monroe Chamber of Commerce. Ethan Hunt with NELA title. Ethan will serve as our vice president of finance. Dr. Wendy Tostenson, who couldn't be here tonight, with Louisiana Delta Community College. She is our VP of Workforce and Education. Amanda Edge with Entergy. She's our vice president of Government, Technology, and Nonprofits. Jasmine McConnell with Cajun Title. She's our vice president of Membership, Diversity, and Small Business. And Leanne Bond with VCOM Louisiana. She's our VP of Healthcare. The rest of our board of directors is listed in your program, and if you are a board member for the chamber, please stand at this time. Thank you all so much. Thank y'all. Y'all can be seated. Thank you so much. I truly do look forward to working with all of you this year and beyond.
Jeremy, God only made so many perfect heads, and the rest he put hair on, just so you know. Anyway, thank you both. Jay, thanks for your past leadership. Jeremy, we look forward to your future leadership. We're in good hands, and we appreciate both of you right now. At this time, I'd like to call up Mayor Ellis to introduce our keynote speaker.
Very good. Before I get started, I want to make recognition of something. Gentlemen, can you all come to your feet? Everybody, men, stand, if you don't mind. I'm going to take a page. I'll take a little page out of your book, Roy. As we all understand, this is Women's History Month. And let us take the time to recognize these great women that sit amongst us tonight, that take care of business every single day. And the only reason we look good is for the people still standing, still sitting. So gentlemen, give a standing ovation to these ladies in the room. All right, you may be seated. See, Uncle Roy, I can learn a few tricks from you. All right. Well, again, I have the privilege and honor of welcoming someone to our community that really played a critical role into us receiving investment along I-20. As many of you know or have heard, that Amazon is making a significant investment in the last mile facility. Soon after you heard that the ink had been put to the paper, before it was dried, they were turning dirt. That's how quickly they moved. But that had a lot to do with the City of Monroe's team and Amazon's team working hand in hand together, the I-20 Development Board working hand in hand together to make this a reality. And so I want you to hear it from me again, because I've probably told you 1,000 times already. Thank you so much for this investment in Monroe. We are extremely excited that you chose our community, and we'll continue to work with you. And I can't wait to see the great things that are going to come about, not just in this investment, but the long-term relationship that we'll build. Jessica is a regional leader and a senior economic development manager for Amazon. In this role, Jessica supports Amazon business investments through the South Central and Midwestern United States. She partners with local policymakers and economic development professionals to create quality jobs with industry-leading pay and great benefits for people of all education levels and workforce experience. With more than 20 years of economic development experience, Jessica has worked in the local, state, and utility sectors, supporting the creation and retention of job opportunities. Just before joining Amazon in 2019, Jessica led a 14-person regional economic development team for the Tennessee Valley Authority, the largest public power company in the United States, and spent several years focused on economic development efforts, specifically to Nashville, Tennessee region. And in 2017, Jessica was named top 50 economic developers in North America by Consultant Connect magazine. That's amazing. Great. I'm learning something about you tonight. All right, Jessica also earned a Master's of Public Administration with an emphasis in community and economic development from the University of Arkansas, and is a graduate of Northwestern State University with a Bachelor of Arts in Journalism and Public Relations. She is a Louisiana native and currently lives in Nashville with her husband, Chris. Jessica loves traveling, live music, and especially the Rolling Stones. Solid. And a fiercely loyal fan of the New Orleans Saints. Who dat? Well, I'm going to tell a dad joke here, so I'm glad you're sitting down. So wild horses couldn't drag you away of me introducing you tonight and hearing of you speak. And I can speak for everyone to say thank you again for this investment, and we're so excited to hear what you have to say. Welcome. All right.
Well, good evening. I must say, I have an opportunity through Amazon. I've been very blessed to be able to work on projects really all across the southeastern, south central, and midwestern United States. But as a Louisiana native, it's always extra special to get to work on projects in your home state. Graduated from Northwestern, so not very far from you guys at all, and certainly had an opportunity to spend some time in Monroe as a college student. But it's been such a pleasure to be back here and working on this project with Mayor Ellis, the city, the chamber, really, we'll talk, and what I hope to share tonight is a little bit about Amazon, the company. I'm sure you all are familiar with Amazon, the e-commerce retailer, but kind of a little bit of the secret sauce of kind of how things work. I like to call it the magic, because I've been with the company now for 4.5 years, and it still kind of blows my mind how quickly we're able to do some things. But it certainly is special to be here. I absolutely appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, Roy and the Chamber, for having me. You can see up on the screen here, this is our Amazon motto, have fun, work hard, make history. And I can tell you that we do all three of these absolutely every day. It's incredible to be a part of. I wake up every morning and surrounded by people that I truly believe are the smartest at their craft, and really blow me away. So it is a pleasure again to be here. We strive every day to be the Earth's most customer-centric company, the Earth's best employer, and the Earth's safest place to work. Those are pretty lofty goals, so I'm not going to stand up here and pretend that we've got it all figured out. We don't. But certainly if you don't have big goals, then what exactly are you aspiring to? So it's certainly for us, and kind of going into how we think about the operations of the company. Everything that Amazon does, all of our decision-making is truly with the customer at the center. So we are always thinking about how to improve that customer experience, working backwards from the customer's experience, really trying to innovate on your behalf before you ever even realize that you need something. And so that's really what drives a lot of our decision-making at the company, and truly, I think, empowers our employees, myself included, to make decisions every day on the behalf of you. So it really is a great company to be a part of. My friend back there is helping me out with slides, so if you want to jump to the next one, you can skip this one, just kind of a little intro. Perfect. So I know this one's a little hard to see, and I apologize for that, but I'll walk you through this. So how many of you know, well, let me ask the question this way. If I told you that when a package made it to your front door, it had stopped at least 3 different Amazon buildings before it got there, did anyone already know that? Okay. That's what I see one maybe down here in the front had an idea. So how this works, and this is a little bit of just like a life of the package, is how things start. So very first thing you see here are retail suppliers and our fulfillment by Amazon. I'll talk a little bit more about fulfillment by Amazon and kind of explain that concept in a minute. But essentially, we collect all of the things that are available to you to purchase from the online store in what we call IXDs, or cross-dock facilities. And so we have hundreds of thousands of small and medium businesses that use the Amazon platform to reach customers. We have other larger companies that we work with to put products in the marketplace, but all of that inventory comes into a building. So you can kind of think of it as a fulfillment center for fulfillment centers. So we collect all of that inventory, we divvy it up kind of based upon where product needs to go, and then we move that to the next thing that you see there, which is our first mile fulfillment centers. There are 2 types of these. So primarily, or the big difference between the two is the size of items. So the first one I'll talk about is what we call a traditional non-sort facility. Those buildings are housing inventory that's typically 25 pounds and larger. The other first mile fulfillment center type is what we call an Amazon Robotic Sortable, or an ARS. And our ARS buildings, you guessed it, house things that are typically 25 pounds and smaller. To give you some context, that is the type of facility that we have under construction in Shreveport. If you have been paying attention to that news cycle at all, that building has been under construction and is an Amazon Robotic Sortable, to just kind of give you an idea of what's in the region. So from there, in these buildings are where our employees pick, pull, prepare items for shipment. When your order leaves this facility, it's in the box or the Amazon envelope that it's in when it arrives at your door. But from there, it goes to what we call a sortation center, which is part of our middle mile. And sortation centers is probably not hard to figure out what they do. They sort stuff. So packages come into those buildings, they get unloaded, sorted into zip codes, sorted down into specific regions, and then they leave that building in going to their destination. From those buildings, we go to what we call last mile. And I will talk a lot about last mile because that's what we're working on here in Monroe, and we're so excited to be becoming a part of this community. So in our last mile facilities, we take in customer packages that again are already prepared for shipment, and we sort them one more time. And so we sort them in those buildings down to specific routes, and then those are the only buildings in our footprint that do direct to customer delivery. So right now in this market, you guys are likely getting your Amazon shipments, and you can shake your head to confirm for me, from either UPS or the United States Postal Service. Once the last mile facility here is open in this market, you'll start seeing more of those packages be delivered directly to you by Amazon, which is super exciting and should improve everyone's experience. That's the goal. Again, we do everything with the customer in mind. So that's really our intention. And so the way that works, to give you, again, additional context around sort of what we'll be doing specifically here, packages come in the overnight hours primarily. They get sorted into routes. And then we really use two methods for doing direct-to-customer delivery. You will start to see Amazon-branded vans in the market. So those are what we call delivery service providers. They're typically independently owned companies that partner with Amazon, have a space in the building, and do those kind of immediate area customer delivery. And then we also utilize something we call flex drivers. And flex drivers, kind of the best way or easiest way to understand that, those are basically like an Uber or a Lyft, but instead of moving people, they're moving packages. So those are really great opportunities for folks that are looking for a second job, or maybe college students, looking at you, or individuals that maybe just, need additional income, right? So they're very flexible positions, and provide really a great opportunity for folks to be able to kind of jump in and then jump out when it doesn't make sense for them to be at work that day or that afternoon or whatever it may be. So those are the two primary ways that we will facilitate direct-to-customer delivery from that building. Very exciting. You can move to the next slide now. Thank you so much. So just kind of giving you an overview of our current investment in the state of Louisiana as a whole, and then we'll talk a little bit more specifically. I've got some renderings to show you for the facility here that we're working on that's under construction. So we've invested several hundred of millions of dollars into the state of Louisiana and are growing. So this is a very active market for us right now. We've had several announcements over the last few years, several coming, I would say, over the next few years. So we are really excited to be experiencing this sort of level of growth in the state. We currently employ more than 3,000 people with existing operations in Carencro. So we have that traditional non-sort first mile fulfillment center I mentioned a little bit ago. In Carencro, we have a sortation center located in Port Allen, and then several delivery stations and last mile facilities throughout the state. So currently operating those in Baton Rouge, Abbeville, Louisiana, and as well as the New Orleans area. So we've got existing delivery and last mile, but obviously stuff that's under construction. And we also, I don't know how many folks are aware of this, but we also have an Amazon Air Gateway at MSY in New Orleans. So we do operate part of our primary network in the state, which is pretty exciting as well. One thing I wanted to make sure to mention, because I don't know how that everyone is sort of aware of kind of Amazon's work as it relates in sort of the small business space. But we do have more than 3,000 small and medium companies based in the state of Louisiana that do sell on our platform. And we also provide resources to small businesses, whether they sell with Amazon or not. So you can all go home tonight. This is your homework assignment. You can Google, you can search on our Amazon website, but look up the Amazon Small Business Academy. The Amazon Small Business Academy is essentially a web-based program for small businesses. Again, any kind of small business, not just those that are utilizing the platform, but any that are looking for resources around business planning or opportunities and better understanding of how to finance your small business. There are all types of tools available for you to take advantage of. They're all free of charge. They host webinars all the time with successful entrepreneurs. We've had folks from Casper and all kinds of different, large companies that started small but grew into large companies have participated in that program. So certainly a great opportunity to learn from some fellow entrepreneurs. And we do, from time to time, we've featured a few Louisiana-based sellers here recently. So do check that out whenever you have an opportunity to do so. Next slide. Thank you. All right, so why you are all here, right? This is what you all are most interested in. So the next couple of slides, and you can just kind of over time flip through those, but these are just a couple of renderings of the facility that we do have under construction here. Mayor Ellis is right, we move really quickly, and quite honestly, I think we're turning dirt within hours probably of having everything officially signed and inked up. But we are incredibly excited to be here. We will again continue there's construction of the facility, and then once we have the actual physical structure built, there's a lot of activity, construction activity that happens on the inside of the building to sort of prepare it for the way that we need to be able to accept packages, route them, and then prepare for that daily dispatch of customer orders. We will, as we get closer to sort of what that operation timeline will be, certainly we'll be working closely with the city and the chamber to make sure that you all are informed about when that building's coming online, helping us to get the word out about job opportunities for people in the community, both individuals that would be working inside the facility as Amazon employees, and then those that might be looking for opportunities to work with us as it relates to delivery service providers and to our flex drivers. So we couldn't be more excited about this development. Again, it's always a pleasure for me to be in a room with folks from Louisiana. We have something at Amazon called affinity groups, and it's essentially, there's women in engineering, and there's Amazon families, and there's warriors at Amazon, and there's all kinds of groups. And so my goal, as I continue my life as an Amazonian, that's what we refer to ourselves as, is to create a Who Dat Nation affinity group, and I will be the president for life. So they will not be able to get rid of me. I'm hardcore when it comes to the Saints. It's been rough, I guess, the last couple of years, but I'm still in it. And my other kind of favorite native story and living in Tennessee now, I've been there for 12 years, and Tennessee is great to me. I love it. But people oftentimes will say, oh, there's a great restaurant with wonderful seafood, you should go. And I'm like, no, because it's not good. I don't have to go. I already know that. So anyway, so it's always a pleasure to be back home. Such a pleasure to be here. Again, this project, these are intense investments. These are very delicate project deals, and they wouldn't happen without really strong local partnerships, and we've certainly found that here, and couldn't be more grateful for our experience and absolutely excited to see where it goes. So thank you all again. I appreciate it and appreciate you having me.
Jessica, thank you so much. We have a little gift for you, a couple little gifts. Yeah, pull it out.
I'm nervous.
All good. It's not seafood.
Yeah, well, I guess that would be good to take home, though. Oh, awesome. Thank
there you
so
go.
much. I love it. Yes, I love it.
And then there's something else.
I love
Okay.
that.
And we've got
Monroe-opoly. Monroe-opoly, and there's some note cards with the poster on there, too.
Wonderful, thank you. Now I know what I'm doing this weekend.
That's right. That's right. Very good.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Give it up for Jessica one more time, please. Thank you. She kind of described Monroe. Have fun, work hard, make history. That's kind of what we're doing. We're just going to say ditto from now on, okay? That worked great. 20 years ago, we introduced the Kitty Degree Foundation Lifetime Achievement Award in Business. It honors a person who exemplifies excellence in business, much like the award's namesake. It's presented annually to an individual who has demonstrated outstanding achievement as a business leader over a span of at least 20 years. They must have produced substantial profitable growth in their company, and they must have exhibited exceptional vision and professionalism in their business. The 20 previous award winners are listed in your program. And if you're a past winner, I know Malcolm and Nash are here. If you all could please stand if you're a past winner, please. Give those folks a round of applause. Now, it's my privilege to invite Janet Durden to join Jay Mulhern. They're already over there. And I'd like to direct your attentions to the screen one more time for a video announcement from Janet and Terry Duke, who's sick tonight and couldn't be here.
Good evening. I'm Janet Durden.
And I'm Terry Duke.
It's our pleasure to introduce the 2024 Kitty Degree Award recipient. For over 40 years, This year's Kitty Degree winner has dedicated her life to championing the rights and improving the lives of individuals with developmental disabilities. One nominator said her leadership and the growth of her organization reflect the respect and appreciation she has for the skills and value that each participant possesses. She is truly driven by the belief that every person possesses God-given talents and gifts that should never be overlooked or neglected. Another nominator said her passion is to enable people with disabilities to live their life to the fullest extent possible. Tonight's winner graduated from the University of Southern Mississippi with degrees in psychology and special education. She then embarked on a career path focused on helping others. Another nominator shared this poem made famous by the song by Alabama. Oh, I believe there are angels among us, sent down to us from somewhere up above. They come to you and me in our darkest hours to show us how to live, to teach us how to give, and to guide us with the light of love. Her impact has been profound as she pioneered innovative programs like early intervention, helping babies, supported living, allowing those with developmental disabilities to live within the community, and supported work, allowing those with developmental disabilities to become a new source of employment for local businesses, and instilling a sense of pride and self-worth in each individual.
This year's recipient has been dedicated to ensuring that individuals with disabilities have access to quality services and opportunities for independence. But her contributions extend beyond the walls of her organization. She has tirelessly advocated for regulatory guidelines, increased funding, and greater community inclusion for individuals with developmental disabilities throughout the state of Louisiana. Her leadership has been recognized time and time again as she continues to inspire others with her unwavering dedication. In the face of challenges such as COVID-19 pandemic, she showed remarkable resilience, implementing life-saving measures to protect the vulnerable population she serves. Roma Kidd has been the executive director of ARCO for the past 40 years. Because of her outstanding leadership, the services have grown over the years to be innovative, person-centered, and community inclusive. Kitty Degree sat on the ARCO Board of Directors for a number of years and saw firsthand Roma's passion. I'm sure she would be pleased with us tonight. To honor Roma Kidd with the prestigious Kitty Degree Award for her outstanding contribution in the field of developmental disabilities. Please help me congratulating this year's winner, Roma Kidd.
Roma, please join Janet and Jay over here, please, and accept your award. Roma Kidd.
I'm not big on surprises. But I do have one. First of all, thank you all for what this represents for the people that ARCO supports and has supported for these many years, for the individuals themselves, for their families. You know, I did come from Mississippi, and when I got here, I was so amazed by what was already going on in this community. I thought I had died and gone to heaven. Because here in this wonderful, wonderful parish and area, you all have been accepting. You've made a way. You've listened to us. You have valued the individuals with disabilities who have so much to contribute and share. You've made it possible. The work that I do and the work that we at ARCO do is only possible because of the wonderful, wonderful support of this community, which has for all these years included United Way, our great partner in this effort. I represent a wonderful staff as well. I represent a board of directors that is the best, and in fact, what they tell us is that when you get on the ARCO board, you've entered Hotel California. I represent each of you, the businesses, the individuals, everyone who has opened your hearts, and bigger than that, opened your minds to the abilities of the people that are supported by ARCO and others like us. I am deeply honored, and I thank you all very much.
Man, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? Isn't it great? Congratulations, Roma. Well deserved. Now we've come to the point in our program where we honor a local civic leader with the Rambin Silverstein Memorial Civic Award. Of the many awards and honors bestowed upon citizens of our community, none is more prestigious than the Rambin Silverstein Memorial Civic Award. Established 58 years ago, this award honors a man or woman in Northeast Louisiana who has displayed outstanding leadership and service to our community, business through volunteering, and in civic affairs. The winner is selected from nominations submitted by members of the Chamber and the community. In 2000, the Board of Directors voted to rename the award the Rambin Silverstein Award in recognition of Melvin Rambin, an unselfish and heartfelt spirit of our community that he brought to his decades of public service. The 57 previous recipients of this award are distinguished assembly of community leaders who have given their service sacrificially for the betterment of our community. Tonight, we're fortunate to have several of the past recipients here. They're listed in your program as well, and I'm going to ask them, those extraordinary people, to stand up if they would real quick, please. Now, it's my pleasure to ask John Landry to join Jeremy Harrell right over here to present the 2023 Rambin Silverstein Memorial Civic Award. And we're going to watch a video from John and Billy Haddad. Billy is out of town and couldn't be here. Anyway, let's watch the video.
In every community, there are those that go beyond, devoting their time, energy, and passion to the betterment of the community.
Tonight, we honor one such individual who has exemplified the spirit of servant leadership.
Tonight's winner is a hero.
He has passion, courage, integrity, and he believes our glass is not half full, but overflowing.
We found this quote that sums up the life of a servant leader or hero.
A hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. That describes tonight's winner perfectly.
Our winner grew up in Monroe and is a proud graduate of the University of Louisiana at Monroe. He once said, without family and his faith, he could have gone down a different and not so great path.
As it turns out, and thank goodness for all of us, our winner chose the right path.
In fact, today he's a deacon in his church and a proud member of his church choir.
One of his nominators said his faith in the Lord shines through in his gratitude. Our winner has had an outstanding professional career and is a very successful Monroe businessman.
After 28 years as a successful manager of a local business, he made a change of career to follow his heart into a new endeavor.
He has a passion for education, workforce, and economic development. He currently serves in the role of executive director of an organization that is helping our underserved community. Throughout his many years of service, he has been a dedicated and committed volunteer, actively involved in numerous organizations aimed at improving our local economy, quality of life, and the health and welfare of our community. His service includes the Monroe Chamber of Commerce as a board member and chairman,
Ouachita Council on Aging,
Monroe Housing Board of Commissioners, United Way of Northeast Louisiana,
St. Francis Center and Board Foundation, just to name a few.
to paraphrase Matthew 5:14 through 16. Tonight's winner is a light for our world. He lets his light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify our Father in heaven.
William Smart's professional career and his service to our community serves as an example for all of us.
One nominator said, the best way to describe William is genuine. What you see with William is what you get each and every time. It gives me great pleasure and honor to ask you to join me in congratulating William Smart and welcoming him as our 2023 Rambin Silverstein Award winner.
Come on down, William.
Man. First of all, I had to go to the restroom. I thought I'd share that with you all. But I said that to say, on my way going, I saw my dad and my brother and my family back there, and my church members. And that meant a lot to me to see. It means a lot. I don't know how to thank you all enough. My wife, she's here. Always been by my side for 30 years. I've gone through a lot in a short time. But they said what they said. It's only by the grace of God. Just a quick testimony. I was in a car accident 2 years ago. And by being in a car accident, by way of a car accident, they found a tumor in my back spinal cord. Wouldn't have known if it wasn't for the accident. That was a blessing. The tumor, benign, no cancer. After the tumor, let me go back real quick. Be careful what you ask the Lord for. Be careful what you ask the Lord for. I wanted a closer walk with the Lord. I always wanted a closer walk, and I asked the Lord that I wanted a closer walk with him. Immediately after I said that, I got in an accident. When I got in this accident, like I said, found out I had a tumor, went off to Frisco, Texas to have this surgery. My wife, that's my sister. My sister's here too. Gosh, y'all. I'm gonna get you. Y'all got me. So my sister and my wife took me to Frisco to have this surgery. They drove me there, got there. After the surgery, immediately after the surgery, couldn't feel anything in my legs. Couldn't feel anything. So I had surgery for, I stayed there in Frisco for a month, 7 days of 24 hours, not 24 hours a day, but 7 days a week. I had physical therapy and occupational therapy. My wife was there, my sister was there. I know, here you up, get the story told. So after that, long short, my sister and my wife was there. They were there with me, and I was like, man, all we're doing is paying for a hotel room for y'all to just take a bath. Y'all go back to Monroe. And so I'm there in Monroe. I'm there at the hospital. Be careful what you ask the Lord for. While I was there, I just had the great experience with the Lord. I got what I wanted, but didn't how I thought I was going to get it. But I got it, and I'm grateful for that. And so now I stand here so grateful. I'm not running yet. I'm ready to get back to line dancing. So to make this long story short, thank you all so much. Thank you for this award. I did not see this coming. Lord knows I did not. But I am so grateful. Y'all just don't know the work that I do. I'm just so grateful that I can come from Birch Lane, proud of, oh gosh, I don't have time to share it all. But I will say this, I'm proud from where I come. I'm proud of my father that worked hard, 2 jobs, 30 years. So I'm come home from 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, sleep like a bear for an hour, get up at 1 o'clock, go to another job, and he did that for 30 years to take care of us. And Dad, I'm so proud the example you set for us. And I'm so proud to be here today. Thank you.
People ask me why this is the greatest community in the world. We just met 2 of the best reasons ever. Let's give it up for Roma and William one more time. You both make this every day a beautiful day. Well, we're at our conclusion. We'd like to thank each of you for being with us tonight. We look forward to working with you throughout the year and encourage you to participate in our committees and our programs. I want to once again thank our sponsors. Their names are in the program at your tables. We cannot host our events without them. A special thanks to Terry Arthur for organizing to make this banquet happen tonight and all the staff and volunteers who helped her. I want to thank the Civic Center team and this beautifully painted and renovated Civic Center, Melissa, Doug, Tim, and Chris, and everyone associated with the Civic Center. I want to thank Sawyer and the Kinetics team again. And I want to thank our past chairs. You saw them stand up here. We are standing on their shoulders. This is a great community because those folks invested their time and their talents to make this a great community. We have a back-to-back duo coming. April 22nd, Senator Kennedy will be here. April 23rd, Congresswoman Letlow will be here. So we invite you to come to that. And I'm going to ask Roma and William and all our past Ramban Silverstein and Kitty degree winners to come right over here for some more pictures. And with that, I'm going to ask Jeremy to come up and close us out with this gavel he got.
Truly, thank you all for being here tonight. This is a great evening to celebrate a great community. Thank you to the Chamber staff again. Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors. And again, Chamber staff, thank you for doing thankless jobs day in and day out for all of us. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Jessica. We appreciate you guys being here so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making the Monroe Chamber strong. And thank you for making North Louisiana a great place to live and do business. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are adjourned. Good night.
William and Roma and all our past winners, they want you out in front of the Monroe Chamber sign. You want them here? Let's go out front by the Chamber signs. Jessica Bro, thank you for coming. You were awesome. William and Roma, if you could go with our past winners out front, please.